Well, good morning and I guess Happy New Year to everybody. It seems as we're starting, we're almost halfway through January actually. Seems I've chosen an auspicious date to resume my podcast. My last podcast was way back on the 9th of November. Well, that was a long time ago, eh? I was thanking medical workers back in those days. And then there was a few things that happened. So now, today, on Friday the 13th, I have decided to resume my podcast again. We'll do another one. This one is just going to be a general thing. And I'm also trying something new this time. Uh, you can listen to my podcast here. On Anchor and Spotify and all the whatever you listen to your podcast on, or you can head over to YouTube because this is also going to be a YouTube video. So I had to make myself more presentable than usual, perhaps, in order to do this. And also, if you are watching on YouTube, you will notice that my office assistant is monitoring the situation here. Uh, all you can. Oh, there he's on cue. He gets up and sits himself in the picture. He likes to sit not looking at me, but looking away. And so, generally speaking, you don't get to see his face. You just get to see his back and on occasion his butt. So anyway, I wanted to talk about a few different things. It's been a long time, and I apologize for that, but there was a lot of stuff happened. I know that I did a podcast back in the day, and I did a blog, and my assistant has decided to leave because I'm talking too much. Back in the day, about being sick, about people coming to Kim's work and bringing their sickness with them. 3 times in less than 6 months, Kim got very sick. She missed work because some of her coworkers at one of the two jobs that she does came to work coughing and spewing and blah, 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 all over the place. And so as a result, she got sick. Well, it turns out on the last one, when she got sick, I got sick as well, which doesn't happen all that often. I don't like being sick, and I just tell it to screw off. But anyway, she got sick, and that's what happened with us. And then I got sick, and I talked about it a bit in the blog, but I can mention it here as well. It was not very pleasant. It wasn't, as far as we know, it wasn't COVID, because we tested and we didn't get any positive results. But I guess that's not always the case with people, unfortunately. But I was in bed and didn't eat basically for 4 or 5 days, and it was not a happy time. I would be cold, I would be hot, I would be cold, I'd be hot, and all that other ugly stuff that people are quite familiar with, so I won't go into too much. But the end result was that I didn't feel really great. And then I wasn't feeling really great mentally either. I don't know why. Maybe it was the winter, maybe it was something. There's been a lot of stuff going on that I'm not going to get into because my my thought process is not to bring you all into a pity party, because that's not the point of the issue. I just want to explain why I haven't been around. And basically, I didn't do anything with my wee internet empire from the beginning of December until just this past week, because things were really, not so really great. Another thing that happened is Kim and I came to a decision that because of all of the things that were going around, we didn't want to catch anything more. and it took us forever to get rid of it. But also, we didn't want to give it to anybody else. With those things in mind, we decided that essentially we would cut ourselves off from the world, as it turns out. And not everybody understood that, I guess. I don't know, but that's what we did. We said, okay. And it happened at the time of year that is not really great to cut yourself off from, because two crews of the veterans group that I'm in had Christmas parties that we didn't go to. And Kim's work, no Christmas party. Our Kiwanis Club, we didn't go to the Christmas gathering. And as a matter of fact, we didn't even get together with family, with daughter Anita and husband Aaron, before they went to England. And then after they came back from England, we didn't get together with them because we didn't want them to take anything. They were going to visit her brother Colin and his wife Amy, and we didn't want them to take anything there. And when they came back, they're getting back to work. We didn't want to give them anything, to mess up there. So we're just getting to the point now where we're not really socializing yet. What we did, but the only thing we allowed ourselves to do is we would go for our pretty much every week we go for dim sum. And anybody who follows me will know that already. So we go for dim sum either Saturday or Sunday. And when we go to the restaurant, and don't worry, it's Dynasty Century Palace. That's our go-to place for dim sum. We would go and we would sit at a table, just the two of us, away from everybody else. We have people that talk to us and we talk to them, but they're on their table, we're on our table, and they're not close together. So that's what we've done up until that point. And we had nothing happen at Christmas. There was no decorations, no, I think on New Year's, we actually stayed up till midnight for some strange reason. But other than that, no, there was nothing really that happened, nothing that we did. And I'm just trying to explain this to you because all those things put together caused us to we just closed in a bit. We did a lot of streaming, I guess like many people, we could probably say thank goodness for Netflix and Prime and Disney Plus, and get some movies watched. But other than that, that's pretty much what we did. So we're looking at doing some get-together stuff in the coming weeks, we hope. Things seem to be going better for us. And for me, I had a really great get out, because Kim, when she goes to work and she does the groceries and she wears a mask wherever she goes, and we just keep everything down to low key, right? But I actually went out this past week, and I went out and I had coffee with a friend of mine, a delightful lady, Jacqueline Biolo. She will be more familiar to you in the future as we come along, because she is going to do with me one or possibly more podcast. She is such a multi-talented lady, involved in so many things, and she does a lot of work. She teaches at NAIT and Concordia College, Concordia University, sorry. She teaches at NAIT and Concordia University, and she's involved in different things. And I'm not going to say too much about it. Those of you who know her will know what she's involved in, but she's an amazing woman, and I'm really looking forward to doing some chatting with her on one of these podcasts as we go forward. So anyway, that's what's happening there. I started up my wee internet empire is getting going again, and some of you are probably not overly familiar with it. some others will be quite familiar with it. So I wanted to share a bit about it. For those that are on the YouTube, you'll be able to see things, and for those who are just on the podcast, I'll try to describe everything as best I can, just so you can see what's going there, or you can hear what's going on. So I started my wee internet empire with a website. Well, actually, I started with a podcast many years ago, but I started with a website. My website is leswear.ca. It's just my last name.ca. It's not hard to get along with. And so you go and you can look at that. And there's a nice picture of me. The picture is taken in the center of Malacca in Malaysia. So it gives you an idea of what my wee internet empire is like. And then you can go through a bit if you want. I have something I call Empire Links. And when you go and look at that, it just shows some of the things that I'm involved in. And I've been trying to build up in my wee internet empire. So as I build those up, some of you have been following the podcast I started just over a year ago. Some of the other things, my blog I've been doing since 2009. I have a Flickr site. So for those that are once again on YouTube, my blog is something that I'm been really good. I've been fairly good at it lately. But to go and to go and read my blog, you can get to all my things through my website. So I don't want this to be like a big commercial, all right? But I've been doing the YouTube channel for a good number of years. I actually started it many years ago. I was when I started with Kiwanis back in 2001, and then it worked out. I became the secretary of our club. I was club secretary for, I think it was like 9 years, something like that. And then I went on and I became involved at the division level and at the district level. And I'll talk more about that at some future time. But I created different social media things for the Kiwanis, for club, for the division, and for the district. And YouTube channel was one of them that I used to do. I did quite a lot on. And then it's evolved over the years. You'll see some of my motorcycle stuff on there and whatnot. I also started a Flickr site because I have all of these pictures on my computer. And actually, I have a whole bunch of pictures down in a trunk, slides and prints in a trunk in the garage where they're not being spoiled. Nice. And I have literally thousands of them down there, and I'm trying to digitize them and get them sorted around. And so you see some of those pop up once in a while. I had posted some photos and whatnot from Alert not too long ago, but it gives an idea of some of the things that's happened and what I've been involved in. So these things are things that I'm trying to work on again. I really appreciate getting feedback from you, the listeners, you, the viewers, those who read my blogs, those who look at the photos, anything like that. Why have all of those photos? Why have these videos if nobody can see them? So that's one of the things that I'm really working on. So I just wanted to just put this all together for you today to give you an idea of why I've been away, and to let you know that yes, I'm still above ground, and I'm still a crotchety old fart, or whatever. Some people might refer me as that. The cat refers to me by things that are not allowable here, particularly if I don't feed him. Okay, so he gets rather excited about that. And it's only January. In the garage, which happens to be right underneath where my office is here at home, there's a motorcycle sitting there saying, "Why am I just sitting here? Why am I not out?" And right beside it is our new addition to the family from last September, the Mercedes SLK 230, nicely covered over, and it's saying much the same thing. Why are we not out running around? You know, and then when I open the garage door, they look out and they say, I understand. There's this bunch of crappy white stuff out there that we can't go running around in. So we're all looking forward to the time when we can go running around, all four of us. The MERS, the bike, Kim, and myself, because we all want to get out and do some of that stuff. Winters aren't always the most fun thing, you know. So anyway, and we're not able to get to Malacca, get to Malaysia and visit the kids and the grandkids right now. There's a bunch of things going on. I'll try to maybe give you some more information about stuff like that as we go along. But please stay in touch. Give us some feedback. Let us know. Just because we haven't talked to you doesn't mean we don't like you. And for those that we may not have talked to or we haven't had a lot of contact with, there's a whole lot of things going on in everybody's life. And you have to look after yourselves and your own family and stuff like that before you get too magnanimous with others. But don't forget others, because we have to really try to take care of ourselves, even if there's different ways, and take care of others, even if there's different ways that we can do it. So I probably blabbered for long enough. I'll let you go. And like I say, if you're catching this on the podcast, I hope I explained everything really well, or well enough that you can get it. And you saw a few things other than my bubbling face if you were joining us on YouTube. So thanks very much. We'll see you next time. Take care all.